Out in the deep waters of the Pacific, vast fleets are searching for one of the ocean's most mysterious and valuable creatures, the giant squid. These animals, known for their massive size and powerful tentacles, are not only a source of fascination for scientists, but also a critical seafood commodity across Asia, Europe, and the Americas. Modern squid fishing blends tradition with cutting-edge technology. Onboard advanced sonar and satellite navigation systems help captains track shifting schools of squid that move with currents and temperature changes. At night, fishing vessels illuminate the dark waters with massive banks of lamps. Squid are naturally drawn to light, a biological response known as positive phototropism. This simple but powerful technique has been used for decades, but today it is combined with high-powered LED arrays and computerized controls that make the attraction far more efficient. When the squid rise toward the glowing surface, crews deploy automated jigging machines. Instead of relying solely on hand lines, these machines lower hundreds of lures into the water at precise depths. Mechanical arms jerk the lines rhythmically, mimicking the movement of prey. As squid latch on the machines, reel them up quickly, reducing the need for constant manual hauling. The result is a faster, safer, and more productive harvest. Catching giant squid requires resilience. A single squid can weigh more than 50 kilograms and stretch well over a meter in body length, with tentacles extending far beyond that. Their strength means the hauling equipment must be both powerful and durable. Specialized winches and hydraulic systems pull the catch onto deck, where crew members work carefully to avoid the thrashing tentacles. Even with automation, handling such a formidable animal still demands skill and teamwork. Once the squid are safely hauled aboard, the work of processing begins immediately. These animals are highly perishable, and the value of the catch depends on how quickly it can be cleaned and preserved. Crews move fast to sort the squid by size and quality, setting aside those destined for fresh markets, while preparing the majority for freezing and export. The first step is careful cleaning. Workers remove the squid's beak, ink sac, and internal organs. Inside the mantle, the main body lies a feather-like pen made of chitin that must also be extracted. Tentacles, often the most prized portion for dishes like grilled calamari, are separated from the mantle and trimmed to remove suction cups and skin remnants. This is delicate work because bruising or tearing the flesh lowers its commercial grade. After the cleaning process, squid are washed in cold seawater or through industrial spray systems that flush away ink skin fragments and sand. Modern facilities may use multiple rinsing stages with conveyor belts carrying the squid under high-pressure sprays. Some boats even have built-in cleaning stations to reduce spoilage before the catch ever reaches shore. Preservation comes next, and freezing is the gold standard. Rapid freezing methods such as individual quick freezing IQF are designed to lock in texture and flavor. By freezing squid within hours of capture, processors prevent the formation of large ice crystals that would otherwise damage the delicate muscle fibers. This ensures that when the squid reaches restaurants and markets, it maintains the firm texture and mild flavor that consumers expect. The versatility of squid means processors can create a wide range of products. Mantles can be cut into rings, fillets, or left whole for stuffing. Tentacles may be packaged separately for grilling or stir-frying. Even the ink once discarded is now carefully collected for use in sauces and gourmet cuisine. With demand rising worldwide, especially in Mediterranean and Asian markets, nearly every part of the squid has value. Once the squid are frozen and stabilized, the grading and packaging phase begins. Every shipment must meet the strict requirements of international buyers, so processors sort squid according to size, weight, and overall quality. Large, intact specimens command higher prices, especially in markets like Japan and Spain, where whole squid are often displayed in restaurants and seafood counters. Smaller squid, or those with minor blemishes, are directed toward frozen blocks, canned products, or processed items such as squid rings. Grading lines in modern plants often combine human inspection with optical sensors or X-ray systems. These machines detect variations in size, color, and even internal structure. Workers positioned along the line remove any squid that fail to meet quality standards, ensuring that only the best reach premium markets. Efficiency is key. With hundreds of tons moving through a facility each season, automation speeds up the process while maintaining consistency. Packaging varies depending on the final destination. Fresh squid intended for local consumption may be packed in insulated boxes with layers of ice. Frozen products are sealed in vacuum pouches or placed into bulk cartons lined with protective film to prevent freezer burn. For wholesale shipments, squid may be loaded into 20 or 40-foot refrigerated containers capable of maintaining precise, sub-zero temperatures throughout long ocean voyages. From the docks, these containers are moved onto trucks and rail systems, then shipped worldwide. Japan remains one of the largest consumers of squid, importing thousands of tons annually for use in sushi, sashimi, and grilled dishes. Southern Europe, particularly Spain and Italy, also represents a huge market, with calamari forming a staple of Mediterranean cuisine. Meanwhile, North America shows rising demand fueled by restaurant chains and a growing appetite for seafood variety. Beyond food service, squid also contributes to other industries. Squid ink collected during processing is sold as a high-value gourmet ingredient. Some byproducts, including offcuts and trimmings, are converted into fish meal and fertilizers. In certain cases, research organizations purchase frozen squid for scientific study, since their unique physiology and giant nerves are useful in medical and neurological research. Squid fishing isn't only about supply chains and factories, it's also deeply tied to the cultural and economic identity of coastal communities. In Peru, for example, artisanal fleets provide jobs to tens of thousands of families. Crews often work on smaller wooden or steel vessels equipped with jigging machines. These boats head out at night, lighting up the horizon with powerful lamps designed to draw squid closer to the surface. For many coastal towns, squid is not just a resource, but the very backbone of local livelihoods. However, with such scale comes concern about sustainability. Environmental scientists emphasize that while squid populations are highly productive, capable of rapid growth and fast reproduction, they are still vulnerable to overfishing if quotas are ignored. International organizations like the South Pacific Regional Fisheries Management Organization FMO and the FAO have repeatedly urged for standardized reporting enforcement of catch limits and monitoring of foreign fleets. Many nations, including Peru, China, and Japan, have been under pressure to balance the economic benefits with long-term conservation. On the technology front, robotics and automation continue to transform squid harvesting. Automated jigging machines have reduced the need for heavy manual labor, allowing crews to handle more lines at once. On larger vessels, computer-controlled winches and hydraulic systems streamline the hauling process, while onboard freezing plants ensure product quality. Some companies are even experimenting with AI-driven sonar mapping to detect squid schools, more efficiently reducing wasted fuel and unnecessary searching. From a culinary standpoint, squid holds a special place in kitchens worldwide. In Japan, ika sushi and sashimi are everyday delicacies. In Spain and Italy, fried calamari and stuffed squid are traditional staples. In Peru, dishes like chicharrón de calamar showcase local flavors. Each market values different cuts, from tentacle portions to rings, driving processors, to diversify product lines to maximize every part of the animal. Even squid ink, once considered waste, is now bottled and sold as a gourmet ingredient for pasta, risotto, and sauces. Looking ahead, the squid industry's success will depend on striking a balance, adopting smarter technologies, respecting ecological limits, and maintaining fair trade practices. As demand for high-protein, low-fat seafood continues to grow across Asia, Europe, and the Americas, squid remains a vital part of the equation. A species that connects ocean ecosystems, global trade, and local culture in one continuous cycle. Imagine the deck of a squid vessel under the dark sky of the Pacific. Powerful lamps blaze across the water, turning the waves into a shimmering mirror that draws squid up from the depths. The crew, seasoned from years at sea, move in rhythm with the machinery. Automated jigging arms rise and fall like clockwork, pulling squids on board one after another. The air smells of salt diesel and fresh catch. As dawn approaches, the night's harvest is sorted, washed, and flash frozen below deck. Every step is deliberate, from removing ink sacs to grading by size, because the product could end up in a Tokyo sushi bar, a Mediterranean taverna, or a Peruvian street market. Nothing is wasted. Tentacles become delicacies, mantles sliced into rings. Even ink is bottled for chefs. The captain studies the sonar, once more calculating fuel, weather, and quota before deciding whether to press on or head back. For these crews, it's not just a job, it's survival, heritage, and pride. Squid fishing connects them to centuries of maritime tradition, while robotics and high-tech processing anchor them in the future of global seafood trade. In the end, when you see calamari on a plate, it carries more than flavor. It carries the story of human ingenuity at sea. The light boats cutting through darkness, the machines working alongside hands, and the balance between feeding the world and protecting the ocean.